Today's card is a shaker card, so I'm starting with a card base. For this, I'm using Trinity Stamps circle-shaped card die set. The first thing I do is to cut the card base from heavyweight cardstock. It's going to hold a shaker with shaker bits and acetate, so it needs to hold up a lot of weight. I'm using Accent Opaque 120 pounds because nobody likes a wobbly card. It's going to be a top folding card. That will make alignment easier later on. This internal die is meant for donut glaze or pizza sauce, but I think the wonky style goes well with my theme. The circle is going to frame the shaker window. For my decorative pieces, I'm using a 6x6 Echo Park paper pad called Love Notes. It's meant for Valentine, but I think it'll be great for my retirement card too. I'll go with this cute pink gingham for the frame around the shaker. I'll just cut off the excess. The retro car pattern also works great for my retirement card. I'm going to use it for the back panel of the shaker. Since I can cut two circles at once, I'm going to cut out the acetate for the shaker front at the same time. But I don't want the pattern from my cutting plates to transfer to the acetate, so I'm protecting it with some regular copy paper. The acetate didn't cut all the way through. That's okay though, I now have a line that I can easily follow with my scissors. This video is part of a card making YouTube hop that I'm hosting. This month's theme is New Beginnings. If you're a card maker and want to join, get in touch. Okay, now I have card base, a decorative back panel, a piece of acetate, and a decorative frame, and a stabilizing frame. I'm gluing the pattern paper background to the card base, taking care to align it at the top. I'm ink blending a bit of Kitsch Flamingo on the decorative frame for added depth. Then I'm gluing the acetate to the back of it. Once it's dried, I'm adding a layer of white cardstock behind the acetate for stability. This spring gnome die set is super cute. It comes with lots of accessories like a pot of gold for St. Patrick's. But I'm sure I have small die cuts in my stash that I can use for other occasions besides spring. A little jack-o'-lantern for Halloween or a present for birthday, for instance. There's just so many possibilities with this one. I just love it. Except for the hat, I'm cutting all the pieces out of white cardstock. I'm going to ink blend the colors I need with Distress Oxide inks. There's a labeled photo of the die set on my blog at valley-oak-paper.com. I'm starting by ink blending Kitsch Flamingo on the hat brim and around the edges of the hat. Then I use Tattered Rose for the nose and the hands, black soot on the boots, and for the shading on the beard I used Lost Shadow. Unfortunately, I've lost the footage of the ink blending. I apologize for that. With all the parts ink blended, I can put together my gnome. First, I'm gluing the beard onto the base. And attach the hat. And that's when I realized that I missed ink blending the face behind the nose. So I do that, taking care not to get Tattered Rose on the beard. Once that's done, I can attach the hat again and add the nose too. That is so cute. Then I'm adding the boots. The whole thing feels a bit flimsy to me, so I'm die cutting some more white cardstock and stacking it behind the gnome. Now it feels a lot sturdier and the extra height is welcome too. This gnome is ready for action. Then I can add my gnome to the front. Again, making sure that the hat points up, I glue the gnome to the frame and the acetate. I'm doubling up my foam tape so I can fit more shiny stuff in the shaker. Then I'm cutting the tape in half lengthwise. I remove the backing paper and apply the tape to the back of the shaker frame. I'm putting foam tape behind the gnome too. That's so the shaker bits stay where you can see them, and also the middle won't sag or even break in the mail because it's supported. Before I add my shaker bits, I'm applying anti-static powder to the inside of the acetate and the foam tape. Then I wipe off the powder with a microfiber cloth. I'm starting to fill my shaker window with some chunky red glitter. Then I'm adding a few stardust rhinestones in the color Champagne Twinkle, and some clay hearts in 2 sizes from Trinity Stamps. Now I can attach the card base to the shaker frame. I'm spreading glue onto the foam tape. There's so much glitter that it needs glue to hold. I know I want to use this happy retirement sentiment from Spellbinder's Sentiments for You, but I'm not sure about the color. I can pick up the red or pink from the pattern paper, or I can go with classic gold. The pink is Distress Embossing Glaze Kitsch Flamingo, and the red is Lumberjack Plaid. The gold is Ranger Superfine Detail Gold. I like them all, but I think Kitsch Flamingo ties the scene together nicely. Now I just need to put some foam tape on the back of the pink sentiment and glue the hands to it. I think I need some foam tape behind the hands too, or they could fall off in transport. And that finishes today's card. Off camera, I also added 2 of the large hearts to the outside. Isn't it adorable? I hope you enjoyed it. You can find links to everything I used in today's card in the description box below, as well as in my blog post on valleyocpaper.com. Don't forget to check out the other talented card makers in today's haul. There are links to their videos in the description box below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.